So the status of Kirk Cousins, how do you feel? Do you think he will come back, or do you think he's not going to return back to the Redskins?
I don't think he should. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he should. We haven't really treated him the way we should have.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm hopeful. I hope he comes back. I think he's a great player, a good leader.
I would just hire Kirk Cousins and sign him and stop playing games with him. He's a great quarterback.
You talk about Kirk Cousins, he's a good quarterback. If Kirk wants to be here, we want him to be here. If Kirk wants to go, it's nothing we can do about that.
Just need to give him the money he wants, and we have a lot of good targets on this team he has a lot of good chemistry with, and he makes right passes to him. He should stay. We need him.
It's good to have a good, consistent quarterback, so I think he should stay. I really like him. I think he's doing a great job.
I love Kirk. I hope he stays. He's been playing well for us, and he's just, injuries have been wearing down on him for his wide receivers and his running back, so I hope he does come back next year. I think he will.
They got to sign Kirk. We don't have anybody on deck. Starting over with a new signal caller, too long a process to get them up to speed. And Jay and Kurt have good chemistry. They like working together. They need to sign Kurt.
Joining us from ESPN is my friend Josina Anderson. How are you, Josina?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on the show. Happy New Year.
Well, is Cousins gone, guys? Josina, Winston, Lou, is Cousins going to be around in Washington?
We should let the national.
Let's see what Josina has to say about that.
Listen, it's a very interesting situation, particularly when you look at the economics of it, right? Because, they could transition tag him, which I believe would be at a value of about $28.4 million in there. If they would tag him again, that would put him at about $34.5 million, which doesn't make sense, right, to have to pay that amount of money for him, even if it is for 1 year. Like, I don't think Aaron Rodgers would be averaging that amount when he gets his deal done in this offseason. And Aaron Rodgers will be hitting the market, as far as for a contract, rather, not for free agency. And Matt Ryan is going to get a new deal. But when you kind of analyze the situation, I understand to a certain extent why the Redskins have handled it this way, because when it comes to the big games, Kirk really hasn't proven himself with teams over 500 records. So I can understand it, but at the same time, it's like, quarterbacks don't grow on trees. And then, with Kirk's performance, to a certain extent, when you're with a team that doesn't all the way feel like they're all the way all in you, mentally I could see how it could impact your performance. Ultimately, if he does hit free agency, Kirk may be the first quarterback in free agency to approach the 30 million mark, right? Because right now, Matthew Stafford leads all quarterbacks in pay, averaging 27 million a year. Kirk could hit free agency and exceed that. And it's just a matter of what is the succession plan for the Redskins. Because if you let him go to free agency, you don't tag him, which, I don't think that they would want to pay that amount for a one-year loaner when he would very well be free the next year, then it's like, well, who do you have to, back him up? Who else are you going to bring in off free agency? You're looking at Alex Smith, Eli Manning, Kaepernick. You're going to draft someone. Do you like the guys that are at the top of the draft, or is there someone that is more like a second rounder, a third rounder, fourth rounder type that you're scouting? So, I don't know what their evaluation is on guys who potentially will hit the market. Case Keenum could also be on the market as well from the Vikings. We'll see what happens with Sam Bradford. So, it gets my opinion to kind of wrap it up. My opinion on Kirk Cousins is similar to what I feel about Eli Apple, the cornerback in the New York Giants, who's going through some, trouble up here in New York. I think both of them could benefit from a change of scenery.
Mm-hmm. Is Denver interested in Kirk Cousins?
Well, so I know I talked to Chris Harris the other day. I was just talking about this on NFL Live earlier or a couple days ago, and he flat out said on the record, we need a quarterback to stabilize the situation. Obviously, he's not talking about the ones that they currently have on the roster, right? And Brock Osweiler, Trevor Siemian, and Paxton Lynch. He said he would like Kirk or Alex Smith. Yes, I do think that there is a possibility that they could look at him. John Elway did really well in free agency with Peyton Manning. That's about the only quarterback he's done well on. Yes, that is on the record. Because it's true. You know, he still hasn't proven he can draft a quarterback yet.
It just boggles my mind that San Francisco can look at Jimmy Garoppolo and after 5 games and know that, okay, this might be our quarterback. And this quarterback has been on the roster for years, and the Washington Redskins still can't figure out that he is a serviceable quarterback. Forget all the numbers about, you know, over 500 teams or whatever. What is the succession plan if you could see a team like San Francisco saying that, okay, we see a sample size of 5-6 games and know this is where we're going to go, and this team has seen this guy for 4 years and says we're still not ready, and it's costing them money every year that they don't make a decision.
Because the grass is greener, I guess, on the other side. You're looking at what you
But it
could
still
have
needs
instead
to
of
be
what you do
mowed.
have. And I don't know if he's the ultimate uplifter. You know, I don't. I understand why they've done it. You know, because I can't say I'm completely sold on him either.
Thanks so much, Joe. We appreciate you coming on.
Anytime.
Just getting in from Connecticut.
Yes.